Is Airbnb a get-rich-quick scheme? Is it very similar to a MLM, multi-level marketing? Because I get this message on Instagram from time to time like, yo, are you selling some MLM stuff? So let me break down the differences of running an Airbnb business versus having an MLM. And maybe you don't know what an MLM is, so let me break it down in the video. So first of all, Airbnb is a hospitality business. When you are running a short-term rental business, you are not recruiting any people or really selling like any products. You're just offering the service / product of the property. So let me give you an example of how this works. You're either gonna buy real estate, rent real estate, like rent and re-rent on Airbnb. We call that Airbnb subleasing or arbitrage, or you're gonna manage other people's Airbnbs for a percentage of all the revenue. But when you're doing this business, you're getting paid directly from Airbnb or from the person that you are managing the Airbnb for. But you are not recruiting or doing any of that MLM stuff. This is just an independent business that you are operating and you own that business 100%. No one makes a piece of your business other than Airbnb's like 3% fee, and then of course the government with all their taxes and all that stuff. Now, MLM, multi-level marketing. In most multi-level marketings, the way you are compensated is by recruiting other people. So their framework works something like this. And just to clarify, right, I don't do any of that stuff. I have tried it before. I mean, I feel like who hasn't? Back in the day, like in high school. But that's not what I do today at all. So with MLM, right, multi-level marketing, if let's say you recruit, I don't know, 5 people, and then those 5 people go recruit 5 people each. Now there's your 5 people recruited 25 people, and then those 25 people then recruit. I don't know why my eyes are getting bigger, but then those 25 people go and recruit 25 people, and then those 125 people recruit 125 people, and next thing you know, you're like at over 1,000 people that are part of your pyramid, and you're at the top of your own pyramid, and you make money off of everyone else that recruits and recruits and recruits. But then you're at the top of your pyramid, but then you're a part of somebody else's pyramid, and then that person isn't, and it just goes over and over and over again. But one of the things about having an MLM business is that you don't truly own a business because you can't sell that business. Right? There's no proprietary value. It's not like owning a real estate business with an Airbnb and then you could sell it, or owning a franchise like McDonald's and then selling the business. Like in an MLM, you don't actually own the business itself. So you can't really sell it. You can't really pass it on to your children and grandchildren, right? It's not something that you build for a legacy. I think MLMs are good for like the personal development, the mindset. They help you overcome a lot of limiting beliefs and fears. But then you want to take that knowledge and expertise and get into a different business that you actually own and control, something that you could sell and something that you can pass on to your loved ones as part of your legacy. Now, the reality is there's a lot of Airbnb coaches out there who are offering courses and coaching like myself, although I'm one of the first ones who started doing coaching in 2018. And there may have been 1 or 2 before me, but for the most part, like I've been coaching for 5 years. But man, in the last 12 months, everybody and their mom is an Airbnb coach. And so a lot of people are sort of competing for the same new students who want to join and learn about starting an Airbnb business. And I can totally see, to the analyzer, to the skeptic, how we can come across like very salesy, I guess, when we're talking about,
hey, do you want to create passive income? I got this strategy over here where you can make money in your sleep.
And I could totally see how it comes across as salesy, pitchy, and like an MLM. Because MLM people, they're cool, but they come across very salesy and very pitchy. And hey, come to this thing, whatever. And then they show you a presentation, and you thought you were going to a business dinner, and all of a sudden you're getting pitched, and you might feel like you're being cornered, like your life is now, are you going to do this or not? Stop waiting for the perfect moment. So the point is, I could totally see how this can come across as an MLM. But no, when you are starting an Airbnb business, I mean, you own it, you control it, you're in complete control. And you're not doing a profit share with anyone unless you're managing a business for somebody else. But that's it. You don't have to recruit any people or do all these presentations, right? Unless you're a coach, you're probably doing presentations to bring in students into your company, right? To change the world, to create an impact. But other than that, when you are operating Airbnbs, yeah, you don't have to do any of that. And guys, I know there's a lot of people out there that say you can get rich really quick with Airbnb. It's not a get rich quick, but I do feel like it's a get rich mostly for sure if you're consistent and persistent. And one of the reasons I love the Airbnb business model is it's a low barrier to entry, meaning you don't need tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars to get started. If you launch a studio or a one-bedroom apartment, and let's say the rent is $2,000 a month, you pay the first month's rent and the deposit, now you're in $4,000 total, $2,000 and $2,000, and you got $6,000 left to furnish the property. Or like I do and many hundreds and hundreds of my students, we leverage business credit cards, personal credit cards, or balance transfers where we transfer money from a credit card into a checking account and then use that money to pay for the first month's rent, the deposit, the furniture, and then take the monthly profits from the Airbnb to then pay off the credit card. And then the powerful thing is, like, let's say you borrow $10,000. Now you're making $2,000 a month in profit. Guess what? It would take 5 months. 5 months times 2,000 is 10,000 to pay off the credit card after 5 months. You've created what we call infinite return on investment. Now you have no money in the deal, but you continue to make that 2,000 or slightly less, slightly more profit per month, and you don't even own the property. So now you're making a couple thousand a month in profit from a property you don't own, and with none of your personal money into it, right? That is a very, very powerful strategy. Now, it does require some mindset shifts because a lot of people, follow that Dave Ramsey guy who says, cut up your credit cards, and if you can't pay for it twice, you can't afford it, and pay for everything cash. And I think that's okay for some people, but if you want to create financial freedom, it requires leverage. Leverage is the name of the game. So utilizing OPM, other people's money, is definitely a way to do it. With that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram where I post every single day, and check out one of my other videos here before you guys go anywhere. And I'll see you on the next one.